morning. Good morning. Today we are at the local park. And the important why we're at the park is we're teaching about active versus passive socialization, right? Because we always hear, oh, well, we need to properly socialize our dogs. We need to properly be able to, make sure that they're meeting as much dogs as possible and as much people as possible. And while there is some truth to that, there's a lot of false behind that, right? So what they're doing right now, what they're going to be doing majority of the time is they're working on their passive neutrality, right? I'm allowing them to see each other. I'm allowing them to see every dog that walks up and down this path over here. There's a bunch of people at the park. There's a bunch of people at the pool. There's a bunch of people all over. We got vehicles coming in and out. All this stuff that I want them to be able to see and understand that, hey, just because there are people, dogs, vehicles, doesn't mean we have to get excited. Where we end up failing our dogs is we start making them meet everyone. As we start making them meet every dog and play with every dog, to where now all they know how to do is actively socialize, right? So you're going to build two types of reactivity out of that. You're going to build either reactivity, where they're going to start barking at every dog or barking at every person, or you're going to build the other side where they're going to get super excited to meet everyone, super excited to meet every dog, right? I want neutrality. I want this. I want them to look at people and dogs as background noise, or vehicle as background noise, right? I want everything except for you guys, with whoever has leash, to be background noise. But when they start barking, it's because now they don't trust you, right? They're like, cool, every single time a dog comes, mom lets that dog jump all over me. Or every single time there's a kid around, right? We get dogs that are kid reactive. They let that kid jump all over me. Or every single time, or, with people, they let the person always pet me. So they're building a dog that ends up trying to have to fend for themselves. But when we start doing this, we're just allowing them to see everything happen, right? This is the great part about having my son here is he's going to be a 6-year-old. He's going to do what he wants to do. He's going to have fun. And this is great for Little Bear, because now Little Bear gets to see what your guys' kids are going to do, or grandkids, or just people in general, where we can't control everything, right? I could go and tell them, hey, stop that, sit down, don't move. You're going to make the dogs react. It's like, no, I want you to be a kid, and I want them to understand that he can be active, but they have to be passive, right? So again, this is always just a great time where there's a lot going on. The weather's beautiful. We're just kind of hanging out here for a little bit. And then we're going to start getting a little bit more work inside of there, where actually we're going to work the dogs around each other, do some active stuff, do some passive stuff, really get them to understand that, cool, no matter where we're going or what we're doing, there are still rules and expectations that they have to abide by. So what we're doing here is kind of just allowing these guys just to kind of stay in their spot while Churro goes and kind of just walks his sections. Right, I want Churro to understand, cool, just because we walk next to other dogs doesn't mean you need to be scared of them. Doesn't mean, oh, follow, come on. But it also means that, hey, y'all don't get to react based off little dogs, right? Or kids, or anything going on. No, this is exactly what I want from all of them right now. And again, this is just working on that passive/active part. Place, down, no, down. Where's yours at? Nope. It's like, it's hot. It's not even hot. It's like low 80s. We just had to breathe. And you're hairless. Down. Good boy. But this is the same thing I want to do for all the dogs. Just teach them, again, how to walk around and not expect that they are going to get approached. Not expect that something bad is going to happen. Even though all three of these dogs, none of them are dog reactive. Churro was a little bit nervous in the beginning of it. But regardless, all 4 dogs understand that, cool, big dog, small dog, doesn't matter. This is how you build neutrality. You guys want Little Bear to become a service dog? He has to understand. Good. He has to understand how, cool, we can have Wolfie here walk by, follow. And none of this means anything, right? Child comes running back with water, none of that means anything. Place. Good. Follow. Good. Watch out, pups. Let's go, boy. Place. Let's go, boy. Down. Good. And then, of course, same thing going on with Little Bear. We'll do the same thing. But this is where all the money is made at. Is when, because again, you guys, every one of you wants to be able to, hey, watch out for the leash, bubs. We want to be able to take our dogs out and enjoy them and have them be well behaved, right? I don't need you jumping on everyone. I don't need you barking at everyone. I don't need you scared of the fire truck going by. I don't need any of that stuff kind of going on. Fella. All I need, oh, I got a sticker in my sock, is for you to understand that, cool, none of this scary stuff affects us, right? It's all background noise. No. Keeps, oh, good fella. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Are you getting my stickers out of my toes? There's a new one. Ow. Wolfie's looking at what you're doing. Again, first. Cool. Fella.
Another one.
I got another one? Place. Good boy. No. Place. Down.
Right. Right. Oh, no. Right.
Oh, that's a really spiky one. All right, freeze. So, after our little trip to the park that we went to again, all dogs are kind of just inside settling. And of course, the dogs now know how to relax and settle. 6-year-olds don't, right? Kids don't. Other dogs sometimes, if they haven't gone through training, they don't. Life goes on where there is chaos. What we are doing is teaching our dogs again that, hey, just because there's chaos around them, that they still know the right way of how to properly relax, right? Again, just because when we go and we tell Little Bear over here to go and settle, right, to go onto his place bed and lay down, right? 6 and 7-year-old brother might not be doing the same thing, right? It's gonna be hard for him because he wants to go and play. So again, always keeping things kind of the same. And then with Churro, again, Churro is just a very anxious and nervous dog where, again, a lot of these actions and a lot of this stuff does make him anxious, does make him be a little bit more insecure and stuff. So again, showing him some of these things in a controlled way, as in being on his place bed, being in the down, just relaxing, where again, he's not touching them, I'm not touching them, we're just kind of just goofing off around here as we end our day, is what is super important. And then of course with Wolfie, right? Even though this is big with Wolfie, because we've seen Wolfie knows how to settle, but he also can really get wound up too really fast, right? He starts whining, he starts jumping, he starts just getting really excited. Oh, my leg. I want him to understand that, cool, we can come over, we can come and play, we can come do all these sorts of things. He can get his belly scratches, come Wolfie. And he's like, I'm just laying here because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But again, regardless, what we're doing is allowing the dogs to see that, cool, there can be all this stuff kind of going on. The world around you is never going to be perfect. The world is never going to be fully controlled, right? You might forget you have a package coming to your door. You might forget you have to take them out in the public, or the stuff might happen that you forget is going to happen. But the thing that we can't forget is that we can always work our dogs through these sorts of situations. What are you doing, bubs? All right, hey, pause, freeze. Churro's like, what is going on over here? And again, this is all the same thing that has to do with that passive versus active socialization. Is the Pearl, Phil Hardberger, any sort of Home Depot, Lowe's, Bass Pro, all these places that we could take our dogs to, coffee shops. Again, the reason I like showing them how to relax in uncontrolled situations, because again, none of those places are controlled. They can be as controlled as you want them to be, but if you're at Starbucks, or if you're at Black Rifle, or if you're at the Pearl, you're gonna have something potential that can happen. Humbug bus. So always practice for and prepare for the worst of things so they can handle it. So when the best of things happens, we're not really too worried about it. Now he settles.